Hi guys, welcome back to Girls
Guys.
and Gossip Podcast hosted by yours truly, Ethan.
And Josh.
Let's get it started.
So, first and foremost, happy Halloween to everyone that celebrates. This is like our favourite holiday of the entire year.
Yeah.
So, we've made an episode. If you don't know what we're dressed up as by now, get to know. Good old Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Except for on Brittany.
Duh, she's a chipette. So, in theme of it being Halloween, we thought we'd start with true crime stories and really go deep and delve into the scary facts of the matter. Now, in honour of it being girls and gays, I thought I'd do a gay true crime story. So, basic but effective, Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, one thing that I think actually fascinates me about the Dahmer story is that before Netflix did the show, it was something that genuinely was so crazy as a kid. Because I remember, right, when me and my best mate Keely were kids, we heard Dark Horse by Katy Perry, and we heard the line, "Eat your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer." Now, I vividly remember when me and Keely were kids, we were like, what the hell does that even mean? Like, we didn't know what it meant. We Googled it. So, you know, I've had a weird fascination with his story long before Netflix did their documentary or show, whatever it was, on him. And I feel like they missed out a lot of it, if I'm being honest. They missed out a whole load of it. So basically, Dahmer was born in 1960 in America, and he was basically known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Monster. Now, his crimes went on from literally when he was 18 to time of death, when he was 34. So he died at 34. So he was committing his crimes in his life longer than he wasn't, basically. Yeah. And it was said that this all started because growing up, he had a fascination with dead animals. And they always say that, though, don't they? They always say that, like,
It's the start of the song.
it is like if they kill animals. So basically, long story short, he ended up being done for murder, necrophilia, and cannibalism. So he would basically get victims, right? I don't know how to say that word. He would basically go to gay clubs, malls, public places, and find homosexuals and basically take them back to his apartment, would endeavour in sexual behaviour, and then ended up killing them through a variety of different ways, and then dismembering their bodies by eating them. So basically, I don't know if this story is true, but do you remember that scene in the Netflix show where he makes his neighbour a sandwich?
Yeah.
With God knows what of a victim's body. Now, the bit that is really, really like, I kind of think a conspiracy if he was actually gay or not. Now, a lot of people think that he like obviously was gay because he'd do these sexual acts and then kill them. A lot of other people were like, was he just doing it because he was actually homophobic, right? And would kill off gay people. Now, during the time that he was committing these crimes, like it wasn't acceptable to openly be gay in America at the time. Like this was the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't as well known as it was now. So he would go to gay clubs, meet them, and he ended up murdering 17 young men and boys in his apartment. Now, when the police actually did find him, because they never were interested in this story, when they went back to his apartment, they found all types of these people's body parts. They found a head, they found bones, they found flesh, they found every part of it, which he would keep in like containers with like acid or preservatives to preserve the body. So he did his research. They also found it in the fridge, they found it in the freezer, they found absolutely everything. And the problem is that they didn't want to do anything about it. Like the police were to blame in this because they let him go ahead and do this. So originally, I've actually got a timeline here. So growing up, they said that he was a shy, withdrawn child who basically they blamed his parents' divorce on this,
Yeah.
which in my opinion is absolute trollop. Like that's bollocks. Like that, you can't blame that. So basically, his first murder occurred really quickly after his high school graduation. So he didn't even go to like college or university over here before he committed murder, which was someone called Stephen Hicks, which he struck him with a dumbbell and dismembered the body. Basically, the next was Stephen Toyomi in a hotel. Then he basically dismembered this in his grandma's house, his grandmother's house. He then did 15 more, the youngest being 14 and the oldest being 31. I'm not going to read out the names because there's way too many. And the way that he would do this is actually disgusting. So basically, the reason he then got caught out in 1991 when one of his victims, Tracy Edwards, who was a man called Tracy, escaped and led back to the apartment where they basically had to like force the police to go and have a look because of the way that Tracy was. So Dharma tried to add him to his list. He escaped, and the way that he was, the police basically had no choice but to go and have a look.
Yeah.
Stuff that they found, they said they'd never seen before. Like some of the stuff that they found, honestly, I don't even know what I can say because I don't want us to get banned off of Spotify or YouTube. I don't know what I can say. But basically, there was, after he got found and was in prison, there was basically a test to see how he would survive in prison. He didn't. He got killed by one of his cellmates not long after he went to prison at the age of 34. Now, after his death, there was a conspiracy between whether they wanted to test on his brain. His dad didn't want him to do it, but in the end, they did do a test and found not a lot wrong with him. So they were looking for stuff like BPD. They were looking for other stuff like I'm going to butcher the name, but schizophrenia. They were trying to look for that. They tried to basically put like a reason behind his crimes, and after literally multiple explanations, there was literally barely anything, and they couldn't find much wrong with him. So basically, he was an absolute psychotic killer that ended up murdering and eating 17 people.
You thought you'd have think they'd have found something wrong with him.
Yeah,
For you to be
the stuff
going
like
to
that.
those extremes.
Yeah. So they found like miniature things, but they tried to put it down to something that was more severe so they could literally dictate a reason as to why he would do that. And the fact that they couldn't lay down a specific reason, something like BPD or I don't know why I keep saying it, that, like schizophrenia, they couldn't even find that, which actually is terrifying because there's definitely another one out there.
So my true crime story, and this story is called The Toy Box Killer. So David Parker Ray is an American kidnapper, torturer, and suspected serial killer from Truth or Consequences in New Mexico.
Yeah.
He was active mainly during the 1990s. Through some evidence suggests he'd been operating for decades. He worked as a mechanic for the State Park Service, and he was, like everyone used to say, he was quiet, polite, totally unassuming. But what he did was horrific. So Ray had a soundproof trailer that he called his toy box. It was a 22-foot caravan torture chamber. Inside, police found medical instruments, whips, chains, pulleys, surgical tools, saws, and electric shock devices. A gynecologist's chair bolted to the floor, mirrors positioned so victims were forced to watch everything, a video camera for recording what he did, and a chilling cassette tape that he played for his victims when they woke up, describing in detail what was going to happen to them. He reportedly spent over $100,000 building and customizing this trailer. He would abduct women, often sex workers or hitchhikers, sometimes would have his girlfriend Cynthia Hendy, and occasionally his daughter Glenda Ray. They drugged the victim, took them to the toy box, and they would keep them captive for days, And when Ray was young, he would allegedly erase their memory using drugs like sodium pentanthate, I don't know how you say that, or phenobarbital, which is like what they use to like make people have like almost like is it amnesia?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then release them disorientated and unable to remember what had happened. So there was a victim who escaped. In March 1999, Cynthia Vigil managed to escape. She'd been kidnapped, chained, and tortured for 3 days. When Ray left the trailer to go to work, his girlfriend accidentally left the keys nearby. Cynthia got free, beat the girlfriend with a lamp, grabbed the phone, and ran out of the trailer completely naked, except for a metal collar and chain. She flagged down a passing motorist who drove her to safety and called the police. And this is how the whole thing was uncovered. So the investigation was the police searched Ray property and they found obviously the trailer fully equipped. Hundreds of photos and videotaped of victims, many never identified. Diaries describing his crimes going back all the way to the 1950s, which suggests he might have killed up to 60 women with no bodies ever found. During the trial, he was charged with kidnapping and torture, not murder due to lack of physical evidence. His daughter Jessie and girlfriend Cynthia both testified against him in exchange for reduced sentences. Ray received 224-year prison sentence, but died of a heart attack in 2002, just a year after being convicted. But I think why it's so creepy is like the level of planning and engineering in that trailer. Like it's something you'd see in like a horror movie. You wouldn't see that in
Yeah.
real life. And then obviously the audio tape that he played for his victims describing in detail what exactly he was going to do. And they still exist, the tapes, and they're in criminal psychology training that they use. And then obviously dozens of missing women from the area that match his victim profile, the bodies were never found. But apparently they think he had an accomplice who helped dispose of the bodies in Elephant Butte Lake, which was near his toy box.
Like that. I've never heard of this.
I
So-
have. I saw it on. It was on like you know like just like the series like Mazzoli and Isles or something like that. It was on one of them and they did something really similar. It might be from All Minds.
Yeah.
And I watched it and then I obviously went on to like Google it and I was like, what on earth?
Uh-huh.
But obviously there's loads of parts of that story that I have taken out because again YouTube and Spotify will cancel us
Yeah,
right.
that's about it. Well, a couple of questions. He spent $100,000. What's he do for work?
He's a mechanic.
They're not earning 100K. Put it that way. Was this in America?
No, it was in New Mexico. So yeah.
Sure. And secondly, you said daughter and mom. They help.
His girlfriend and his daughter helped, yeah.
And what did they get sentenced?
So they testified against him, so like they provided evidence and testimonies against him for a reduced sentence, but they also weren't. And then he died a year later. But you've got to think, obviously, there's people in prison who they've been in there for like robberies, maybe carjacking, stuff like that. And there'll be people in there who have known what he does. It's just a matter of time before they die. It's like like when like child
Yeah.
they go into prison, they die within weeks of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they think what they're not they should die.
Yeah. No, 100%. I wonder, are they I bet they're still in there. But please tell me they are.
2002.
Yeah, but I wonder how long they got. Imagine if just roaming about the streets again.
I know.
They wouldn't know with the amount of people. How old? When was he born then? 1950 was the first one you said.
Yeah, he was a teenager.
Absolutely disgusting. So, from true crime to potentially true crime, I think we should talk about. We have done normal conspiracies, but I feel like Halloween twists will do creepy ones. So my one is about the girl on the plane. So I don't know if you saw this. Was it last year? It was like I think it was like last year, a couple of years ago last year. So Tiffany Gomez was on a plane, and we've all seen the video of her basically absolutely freaking out. Now, when I first watched that video, instantly my brain was like, that cannot be fake. The way that if that's fake, Yeah, give that woman an Oscar. If that is like fake, which I wholeheartedly don't think it is, right? What is going on with her? Because that is honestly like the panic in her face, and her voice was so high pitched, would sound like Mickey Mouse. Like her voice, like you know when you get panicked, your voice goes so high. I mean, for me, it just sounds normal, innit? But like, what do you think I'm a chipmunk? Finally wearing a character that I can, relate to voice wise. But like, you panic in it, and your voice goes so high pitched when you panic.
Yeah.
And her voice, she sounds like Minnie Mouse, that woman. And then I want to know what she saw. Like, and then I don't know if you saw this. So a couple of months or weeks later, she all of a sudden was coming out, like trying to make a personality star out of this, being a TikToker out of this. Have you seen the woman who was doing these like podcasts and these TikToks? That is a different woman. Like, I don't know. If you do a side by side comparison, that is a different woman. And in these like interviews that she's doing about it, she's so like nonchalant. She's like, yeah, like nothing happened. I didn't see anything. Like, I didn't see anything at all. No amount of alcohol, no amount of drugs could get me to be so nonchalant about the way that she is in these interviews since doing it. And her voice, no offense to the woman doing it, is so deep, like so deep, like it's so different from what the voice on the plane was. And like I said, I know that you panic and your voice goes higher, but that's a different level of gravy. That is like
Yeah.
that is a whole different level. And obviously, there's conspiracies about what she saw, everything. And I just find it so weird that everyone on the plane is just so chill.
I know. Like,
Everyone on the plane is so calm. And like, if that was me on that plane and I saw a woman reacting that way, get me off that flight. I don't care where it's
'cause what
going.
was she even saying? I can't even.
She said something along the lines of like, he moved back. Should I get a video of it?
Yeah.
Are we going to get done for copyright though? Should I try and find it and see if we do it or not? She basically says, I'm telling you now. Let me do it. Basically, she's crying and going, I'm telling you now that mother effer is not real. But honestly, when I tell you, Eve, the difference in her appearance, her tone, her voice, and the fact that, like, listen, if I was in that situation and saw something that I shouldn't have and freaked out, she got kicked off the plane and they videoed her straight away. Like, I don't know if it was like news or something, someone videoed her. It looks like a different woman, like 100%. And I find it so weird that in the video after, she talked about like how she's seen something and then months and weeks after, she's like so nonchalant. She's so calm.
Like the other passengers.
Mm. Which is weird to me. Like it's so strange. Like I said, if I was a passenger on that flight, get me off. I don't care where it's going.
Yeah.
Get me off that flight because I don't know if it'd taken off yet. Well, it wouldn't have because they took her off the flight, so it obviously hadn't. And all of the air hostesses are so nonchalant about it. They're so calm. I need to know what she's saying, and I want to know what's happened with the girl because that is not the same girl.
No.
I'm telling you now.
My conspiracy is the Denver airport conspiracy. So there's obviously links to the murals, the tunnels, and the Illuminati. So basics. Opened in 1995, Denver International Airport is the largest airport in the US by land area, over 53 square miles, twice the size of Manhattan. It cost 4.8 billion, nearly 2 billion over budget, and over 16 months late. So beneath the airport is a massive network of underground tunnels, which were originally built for an automated baggage system that never properly worked. The tunnels stretch miles and were big enough to drive trucks through. Some believe they connect to Cheyenne Mountain, the US military top secret command center, which is only about 100 miles away from the airport. Um, Other people also say that the tunnels are actually bunkers for the world elites, as and when something might happen. Place that they can obviously retreat to in case of like apocalypse, nuclear war, alien invasion.
Yeah.
And then other people say that it's an entrance to a new world order headquarters, explaining all the Illuminati symbols found around the airport. So the murals inside the airport are large, colourful murals painted by artist Leo Taguma, meant to represent peace, harmony, and humanity overcoming war. But one mural, it's called Children of the World Dream of Peace, shows children around the world gathered around a dead soldier holding a gun and sword with doves flying overhead. And another one, it's called In Peace and Harmony with Nature, shows forests burning and children mourning extinct animals. And then, uh, obviously, some believe that that shows the Illuminati's plans for like world domination. Um, Then there's outside of the airport, there's a huge 32-foot tall blue Mustang statue with red glowing eyes, and they've nicknamed it Lucifer. Um, it literally killed its sculptor, the artist Luis Jimenez, or however you want to say that,
Mhm.
when his fell on him during the construction in 2006. The red eyes are said to represent the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and to symbolise Lucifer watching over the airport. And then at night, its glowing eyes make it look possessed. So obviously you've got to imagine in the pitch black,
Oh my
red
god.
eyes looking at you.
Yeah.
So the capstone on the main terminal is engraved with the Freemason symbol, which is like a square with a compass in it, and mentions the New World Airport Commission, which doesn't officially exist. The Freemasons are often linked to the Illuminati. It's a secret society supposedly controlling world affairs. The capstone also includes a time capsule supposedly sealed until 2094, which is obviously going to fuel more mystery as to what's buried beneath it. Um, the airport itself says they actually lean into the rumours. They put up a tongue-in-cheek poster during renovations with lines like "What are we doing behind this wall? Adding new restaurants? Question mark or hiding the Illuminati secret
Mm.
bunker?" Like they're just going on a minute.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to probably get ahead of the joke.
Yeah.
They even added gargoyle statues that talk to travellers, joking about conspiracies. Um, so the main theories are Illuminati HQ, which the airport was initially built away from downtown Denver to host secret meetings for world elites. Doomsday bunker, tunnels, luxurious shelters for political, financial leaders if there was a global disaster, which with the way the world's going.
Not long off.
An alien base. So the massive underground space allegedly holds facilities for extraterrestrial research, a bit like Area 51, I suppose. And the gun Nazi symbolism, the runways, when viewed from above, roughly four swastika shape. Yeah.
That is
So
crazy. So what we'll learn.
there's a lot of conspiracies around this airport. So you've got
Yeah.
to think at least one of them's going to be true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. There is a conspiracy, and I don't know if it's Denver Airport, but it's about a guy. Have you seen the video? He like goes into an airport as normal, and all of a sudden he runs like no one's there, no one's chasing him. Runs out of this airport. I swear it's Denver. I will have to double check. Got killed. Nowhere to be seen ever since. And everyone was like, "Well, what has he seen?" And Illuminati as well. What we're learning again, Beyonce. She's back again. Thank you.
Thank you, Beyonce.
Thank you, Beyonce. But she's back again.
She's
We need
haunted
to ask
us.
her. Look at her. Oh, but yeah, if I go to America, so I will not go there then. Absolutely not. That is crazy. Do you know what I find crazy about it though? Is the joke. Like it's kind of like that. It feels like they're double bluffing you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, they're just saying it so that like it's put people off with oh they're joking about it, it's true, but they're probably thinking we need to get ahead of this before
Yeah.
they start to like people start to go and like suss things out and like have an explore. Like you don't want that, do you?
Yeah. I feel like though, right? Like I feel like there's a lot of underground
For the
conspiracies.
fact that it's bigger than Manhattan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A
Like
bit weird.
that's bigger than New York.
Yeah. Oh, that's mental. That is mental. I feel like there's a lot of underground conspiracies, 100%, and that.
You've got to think why if they built all that underground. You
Mm.
do not have that much luggage going needing to be moved around for an automated system. Are you joking?
Yeah. I'm just thinking of the poor people that are probably baggage and on their
Oh,
first day they get lost.
that's probably where people die.
Yeah.
They just get lost.
Yeah. Yeah. Be us, to be fair.
I thought for the last one we would do unexplainable stories. So I know
Right.
you have a story you're particularly invested in at the minute.
Absolutely.
So I'll let you go first.
Right, so this one is very recent. It's happening right now on TikTok. If it's not on your For You page, you're lying. Right?
You're wrong.
So we've all heard about the girl who faked her own pregnancy in Scotland. So her name is Kira Cousins, is it?
Yeah.
Right. So I first found out about this the other day. Like, this is how recent it is. I think it was like 3 days ago, right? I heard everyone talking about this fake pregnancy. And I didn't read too much into it. Like, I just thought, oh, okay, like it's one of them, it's another thing, right? When I did the loopholes and went in on, like, I found her cousin's video. Is it a cousin or a friend? Something like that. Someone who's close to her anyway. Found that. I found videos. I found videos of the baby. So, long story short, what happened was this girl, Kira, announced that she was pregnant with her baby. Now, there is like hearsay that she's already done this in the past in 2021. And apparently she fakes having illnesses. Not going to say what ones, but if she is, she's already disgusting, but that makes no sense. Anyway, side note. She even had a baby shower with a bump and found out that she was having a little girl. She was then posting updates that apparently either the dad's family or her family bought her like a £1,000 pram. Like, she was posting all of the stuff for this little kid. She was like going through all of the normal things that a pregnant woman would do. So the baby was born on the 10th of October. So that would have been what, 2 weeks ago now? Yeah, so 23rd today, so 2 weeks ago. It was due in November, right? So she was saying that she was done early. Now, I don't know if you've seen, but there is someone has leaked her group chat with voice notes of her saying, I'm going into labour, all of this. And then I think it was like 45 minutes later, she was like, oh, it's born. I've heard about a quick labour. You're taking the piss a little bit now. So when the baby, air quotes, was born, right? She was posting photos of the hospital. Now, this has like been found out to be a reborn doll. I never knew these things existed.
Oh, they're really.
I d- I'm sorry, a fake baby that can drink and then go to the toilet. How's that happen?
It can't. It's just a doll.
No, but you- this is where it gets creepy because they were feeding it. She was like feeding it milk,
Yeah.
and the bottle was going there.
Yeah. So with the reborn dolls, they have almost like it's like I used to have a baby born doll, right? And you could feed that, and then it would come out the other end, and it basically has like almost like a plastic bag inside that it then just literally goes straight through like it would be normal.
What is the purpose of these dolls?
It's just so when you're a child and want to pretend to have a baby, that's when they're good. The reborn dolls though, I know like people who make them, it's more for like um they do it for like sentimental, like
If you've lost,
yeah, that type of thing. I know that that's like why people, or like for children, like younger people who
Yeah.
want to have a realistic looking baby.
yeah.
I always find them very creepy though.
They are, honestly. I've seen the photos of that kid, and it is
I'm
honestly
sure Meg had one when we were younger.
really.
I'm sure she did.
I know that, like, if you do health and social care at school or college, they give you an experiment for a week to look after one. I have
They're a
heard
bit
about
like
that.
that
And
because you can feed them and what.
yeah, I think it's so creepy. So basically, she's been posting videos and photos. Have you seen the AI video of it moving?
Yeah.
Right? For starters, it's huge. She said that it was £5 for, which ironically is the exact weight of the dad, right? Now, what she did, so my first instinct when I heard about this was, how do you even get away with it? The bump looks so realistic. She posted a video of it kicking, right, all over her social media. Now, before the baby, this is the weird thing about it. She knows what she's doing. Like, it's not just like a woman who's lost a child or a woman that's gone a little bit doolally and like, wants a child, can't have one, for example. This girl knows exactly what she's doing.
She's been strategic.
Oh yeah. So before the baby was born, she did a massive like Facebook post talking about how it's got like a heart condition, it's got a hole in its heart. I was born with a hole in my heart. I'm still here. I'm fine.
My sister had a hole in
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm calm, I'm here for now. Like, like it's fine. She did this whole post about it. Then the baby was born, she was posting loads of videos, but she was going here, there, and everywhere. She even took it to a place of work. Now, this is a bit that I get really confused about. She worked in Morrison's, right? How has she not got a Mat B1? How's she got away with it? Now, apparently, people say she's just been using holiday or gone off without having a Mat B1 form because she knows that she won't get away with it,
Yeah.
right? Now, I'm
Yeah, 'cause
really.
at that point she'd probably done for fraud.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, once the baby was born, she took it over to the dad and all of this, and she wouldn't let anyone get within like an arm's length distance of the baby. So the nan, so the dad's mom, tried to get near it, and she said absolutely not. They then said that baby's really cold because it's a doll. So she then took it to the hospital, but any hospital appointment, she wouldn't let the dad go in. Like she would go in. I reckon she went into the hospital, sat in the cath or something for like 2 hours, walked back out, acted like she actually had an appointment
Yeah.
and stuff like that. There's even a photo of the dad holding the baby. How the hell did he not know? Because I'm sorry, I looked at that photo and those videos and knew instantly that was a fake baby. Like I know
Unless
they,
he's never,
yeah.
unless he's never.
That's exactly what I think. I think there's more people in on this because I'm sorry, I might be thick as two short planks. You must be another level of thick to not know. You've got a doll that close to you, and you're not looking at it thinking, "That's not." It doesn't cry. Like babies do that. Like it's common knowledge. Um, and at the moment, like I don't know if it's her friend or her cousin, but she's come out and gone through the whole like depths of it and everything. Where's she gone? She's just left, packed up and left. She was meant to do a live last night. I don't know if you saw that. Never showed up. Like this girl has kept up being pregnant, and we don't even know why. I'd love to know why, because it's not. I don't know if it's to get back at him. I don't know if it's for attention. I don't know if it's some deep rooted reason. A lot of people online are like, "Oh, she needs help." I think she needs prison. Like
Yeah.
genuinely.
Fortunate around it. There's nothing she's done. She's been
Mm.
smart about it because there's nothing she's done that's like illegal.
Yeah.
But
Is there
she's
not?
probably done maybe like a lot of it fraud.
That's
Like
what I was
she's obviously
thinking.
got money from it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean, if she's gone down maternity or taken, I don't know, benefits for being pregnant or something, that's fraud. So
yeah.
I don't know. But honestly, it's all over my For You page at the moment and it's so crazy right now. And all I want like, Baby Reindeer? I want a Martha level of interview
Yeah.
after Baby Reindeer, but with her. I want a Netflix documentary. I need to know the its and buts and everything in between of this
Yeah.
girl.
I want to
Because
know like what made her come up with the idea to do it, like what was behind that.
yeah, and I feel so bad for not only her family, but I feel bad for him and I feel bad for their family as long as they're not in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, crazy.
So I'm gonna go another way with my unexplainable story, and I'm gonna talk about my own personal ghost story.
Right, scary.
So, whenever I was maybe 2 or 3, and me and my mum went over to Ireland, and we were going to like, visit family, and we were staying with my granddad. And at the time, my granddad was staying in this like barn conversion house. So we only had 2 neighbours, one either side, and that was it for them miles. Like there was no other people. So obviously it was like a barn in the middle of nowhere. So they converted it into housing and whatever. And I think from the minute we got there, like my mum just felt there was something off. And me as a child, I was such like a child. I would go into anybody's houses, go upstairs, go and explore. Like there was no harm about it. Like I loved having a little tour. This house, I would not go upstairs by myself. I refused to go upstairs. Which again, for my mum, she found that very strange, knowing what I was like as a child. Like I would have gone anywhere.
Yeah.
And the one day, my mum was bathing me, and it was like, and the thing is now is like, it's even like I've been nice to agree, like my memory's not going to be great for that. Only thing I can remember about this house is when we were upstairs and it was a massive long corridor, and it had bedrooms off all the door. It was like a 5, 6 bedroom house. Um, Obviously with the bathroom, and my mum was in like, so the stairs were the end of the hallways there. My granddad's room was up the end. My mum was in the room by the stairs, and I was in the room just beside my granddad's room. Got it all done up for me, and whatever. And the one day my mum was bathing me, and obviously her back was facing away from the door, and all of a sudden, like all the hairs on the back of her neck stood up, and so she's like, looked, nothing there. The next minute, something was poked out on the back. Bearing in mind, at this time, like, no, my granddad's not there. My granddad's gone to the shop to go and pick up milk and stuff. And so my mum, like, after that, she was like, right, I'm not, Edith's not staying in that room by herself. So I was in with her. And then another day, my granddad had gone to go and visit somebody. And my mum was upstairs and she heard like whistling downstairs. It sounded like my granddad used to whistle a lot. It sounded just like him. Um, and at the time, both neighbours, one neighbour, like, he just had the house, but we lived there, and the other neighbour was on holiday. So me and my mum were the only two there in these three houses. And she heard this whistling, so she's gone downstairs. She's like, "Oh, Dad, you're back." And then she like looked around, he's nowhere. So she rang him, and she's like, "Oh, she's like, you started whistling, like you're not even bothered to say hello." And he's like, "I'm not home." He's like, I've not come back yet." He's like, "I'm still at lunch with my friend." And my mum was like, "What?" So this thing is trying. But the thing was, is obviously I was upstairs and like it's whistled to get my mum to come downstairs whilst I was still upstairs. So I was just upstairs playing with my toys. And obviously my mum's come all the way down the stairs. So then what, she's come running back upstairs and she's like, "We're not staying." And she literally packed all that stuff up. And then we've got to stay with my nana's sister then after that because my mum was like, "I'm not staying there." My granddad got so butthurt about this that we were like, "Oh, it's haunted." Da, 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 da. No, it isn't. He was someone, he was a very proud man. Of his house, he would have been really mortified if that was the case. And then Mum had done research into this place, and it turns out that this barn was somewhere where the IRA would have took like soldiers and police and stuff, tortured them and killed them. So obviously the energy there would be very negative because
Just
people
a
are
tad.
tortured and killed in the barn and it's been converted. And then something happened because my granddad was adamant there was nothing, and then weeks later, something must have happened because he got a priest out to come and bless the house, and the priest said whatever was here was really like the minute he stepped in, he was like negative. Bearing in mind, my nan, very spiritual woman, wouldn't step foot in this house.
Mm-hmm.
She went in one time and she refused to go in there again. So she never stayed there either. She would go and stay with her sister as well. And after that, we were just like,
Right.
so clearly something has happened to him for him to get a priest to come out to bless the house, and the priest has said straight away that it was something foul, negative energy in the house.
That. Did he move after that?
He did.
I'm not
Came back
bloody
home
surprised.
to Birmingham.
Yeah, I don't bloody Birmingham. If you got him to Birmingham, that says a lot. Did you ever go back after that? No way.
We stayed one time,
I do not blame you one bit.
but it was more the fact of like, because obviously they say like children can sense things a lot more than adults, and it was not the biggest telltale for my mum was the fact that I refused to go anywhere by myself in the house.
Yeah.
We were the toilet
Yeah.
itself,
The poking in the back is creeping me out.
literally, and she felt it like in her back. She was like,
Oh no, absolutely not.
yeah.
No way.
So whether you think that's true or not, I'm not going to put her if you don't believe
Yeah.
me. But
So it's obviously come to that point in the episode now where we do our song of the episode. So on brand with my true life story, I'm gonna do Dark Horse by Katy Perry.
I'm going to go with Heathens by 21 Pilots because I
Thank
just
you
feel
so
like
much.
that's a proper little spooky song.
Love that.
So if you like this episode, give us 5 stars. We will send Lucifer to watch over your house tonight.
Bye.